Okay, going to do a video on assembling the S500 drone frame.
Okay, first thing we've got is what looks like, I think, the battery plate. Looks like it hangs down from the back of the belly and the battery then butts up against it. So we get that and find the screws that fit into it. It's always encouraging when somebody spells instruction wrong. Yeah. Oh, hang on, they've labelled the bags, that's helpful. Into 5x6, no, that's not it. 45 by 5, this is the one. Oh, so far it's been exceptionally helpful with assembling it. That's something I've never actually ever seen before with a frame. None of the other ones ever came with any instructions. Alright, just screw that in there. Oh, it's a hex. Alright, torques. Alright, that's plate assembled. Okay. Next thing, it looks like we need to do the camera mount rods. Okay. Here they are. Very helpfully, the screws are in the same bag. That's great work. It makes life a little bit easier. Okay. Oh wow, the rod actually fits. Yeah, the other frame definitely did not do that. Oh, that's massive. Also, they've bothered to put like a little end cap filling in the rod as well, which is a nice touch. Right, then we need to mount the whole thing to the power distribution. Now in the photo they're showing grooves on both ends, but this one's different, so I'm assuming this here is the back. It's got connections, I think, for the battery. So I think these grooves then are for the camera gimbal to screw to. So we'll put that towards the front. Okay. So I think that goes back here. That. Oh wow, triple screwed too. Okay, so use the 5x6 size 6, just this one. That. And this should be the back, so battery. Okay, there we go. Still quite a bit of trouble in it, but we'll figure it out, I guess. Okay, ready to put the arms in now, put the rest of the screws in. I'm going to put the blue ones on the front so you can see where the front is. Right, so they look like they attach through into the legs. I need a couple of legs as well. They all look the same. How do they go on? Okay, they look like they fit to the corner. Right. Right, one on. Very exciting. Okay, so here's the progress so far. I've got the arms and legs on the power distribution board. The sound's been a bit difficult. There's the camera mounts in and the battery plates on. Yeah, so far, great. Highly recommend this frame. It's been very organised. Apart from a couple of little I guess lack of clarity in the instructions, it's been fantastic. All of the bags are labelled with the parts, which is super helpful, and it's going together like a dream. So next we'll get into transposing the electronics from that onto here.
Okay, I've started migrating the components from the Quantum Nova over to the new frame. So far I've got the motors and the ESCs mounted.
Now, the only thing I've found so far that was interesting was this is quite a different motor design. It's got a little foot on it and sort of a metal kick plate that you bolt on to lift it up higher. I'm guessing so the screws don't drive into the bottom of the motor housing, so mounted that on there. And the ESC leads are a little bit too short, so I'm just going to have to build those out to get them down to the power connection here on the board. So far the new soldering iron's working a treat.
Okay, progress report. I've got most of the major hardware on now, the transmitter's in, the receiver, the flight computer and all that's all in. I've wired in the power management module now to the power distribution board, and I'm just got to lengthen the leads on the ESCs and the motors to get those connected up next, and then we should be pretty much ready to go. I also wired in a transmitter so that I could get the video signal from the camera, but for some reason I don't have a plug that fits the camera, which is strange.
As you can see, it's looking pretty good now. I've wired up this spare piece from another frame on the side here so that I could mount the video transmitter on there off to the side. Got the APM flight controller in the middle of the board as required, facing forward, which is all good. Hardwired in the power management module, so it should let me know when it's running out of power and things. I'm especially happy with this. There's heaps more clearance, that's a vast improvement. But yeah, just a little unsure what's going on here. Obviously the GoPro plug is slightly different to the one on the knockoff GoPro, so I'll have to figure out a way to resolve that. There wasn't enough room to jam the APM under here with the plugs on, so I ended up putting the remote control receiver under there instead, which will work out quite well I think, and then I can route the antennas down the legs. Anyway, on we continue.
Alright, I got some more work done today on the frame. All the motors are on now, and now all I've got to do is lengthen the wires on the controls, well, on the control to go to the receiver back to the EFC. They're a little bit too short, so that's going to take a few joins, unfortunately.
Here we go, it's getting in there. It's all looking tiny. We've got the new power leads for the ESCs in. So they're all getting in there. So yes, we've just got to lengthen these out. They've got to get back up here onto the outputs. The outputs over here, but it's just that little bit too short, so I'm probably going to have to snip them off and then lengthen them out with some more wire. Unfortunately, it's going to require a few joins, which is a bit of a pain, but kind of like I've had to do on these ones. Anyway, we're close, not too much more to do, and then hopefully we should be able to take it out for a spin and see how it goes.
Reasonably successful,
Yeah, I'd say so.
apart from cooking the gimbal again.
Oh, yeah. Every time, man. Every time.
So just one super important tip that would probably be quite handy if you're building this frame has to do with the power distribution board. The main connections on the board where you attach the cable for the battery, etc., are not very clear. There's a positive labeled on there, but there's 4 pads. Now my assumption was obviously that the positive pad would be the positive and the other pad would be the negative, and maybe that it was 4 pads on there because there was two possible power points, but it isn't like that at all. I'll show you.
So on the back here we've got the 4 points, we've got positive, so the assumption was that this was positive and negative, positives and negatives, and that there were 2 pairs, so positive and negative. I'm not sure what the hell these actually are, but I put the positive on here and the negative on there, and ended up with a short that I think has probably cooked some components on the copper again, which is hugely painful. The only way I was able to figure out this was, obviously that's positive and this is the negative, is by looking online for photos at it.
Okay, so I hope some of that helps you if you're building on this frame. I'm going to try and get my gimbal fixed up now and get that all working and see if I can start getting some awesome photography. Alright, if you liked the video, please smash the subscribe button. Like the video, feel free to leave any comments, and I'll see you back for the next one. Thanks.